That's exactly what I told him. You could have tried something else. Yes?
Tell him, like what the sister said, I'm not here to convert, I just want to talk about it.
Okay. Now remember what the sister said. I already told you. The problem is that he feels insecure. So give me answers related to that. He feels insecure. Ahmad.
Can you just explain the two types of hidayah?
Okay. You could. I'm not saying you can't. You could. But it's a bit long-winded. And that suddenly is supposed to make him feel that, oh, so you're only going to guide me and Allah might open my heart. So in the end, I'm still converting him. Yeah?
I would feed him really, really well when he first comes over. And then I'd talk to him.
You would feed him really, really well. Put a lot of spices in his food, and he's already an American white guy, so he's going to be like this all the time. Yes, I believe you. Yeah? No, I'm not saying you're wrong. Good, okay. Maybe you're that much of a good cook. And everyone will become Muslim. The minute they taste your food, then Ashhadu an I'm just picking on you. Yes, it's in the back. Sorry?
But it's not like right or wrong arguments.
Okay, possibly.
Well, if he's insecure, then he probably feels threatened by Islam. So you've got to find out what aspect of Islam threatens him.
Okay, great. Yes, sir?
Well, what if you agree with everything I say? Then what?
Okay, good. MashaAllah, you guys are a very intelligent crowd. I say that everywhere I go. And I don't, actually. Good, I'm loving all the comments and how quickly hands go up. This is great. So, excellent. Everything you said was right. Could have worked either way. The sister said he had a confidence issue, and I figured that's what it was. He doesn't know what I have in store for him when he comes to my house. So he's trying to convince himself and pump himself up that I am going to go as a Catholic and come back as a Catholic. He won't change me. He's afraid that I might drop something on him that's so hard, he'll come back as a different person than when he came in. So I started to tell him, yes, you're right. I started to give him the confidence. You're right. I can't convert you. Only you can convert you. I can't do anything to you that you don't want. You're the one who have to accept arguments or reject them if you want to. So I made him feel that we're not coming here to clash, just like some of you were saying. We're just talking. So he actually let his guard down and felt, well, this is good, no pressure. It's not about who will win or lose. It's about the decision I make in the end. Whichever way, I win. And so, alhamdulillah, when he came, he wasn't looking for a clash or a headbutt. Alhamdulillah, he did become Muslim at the end of the time. So, that's just again, you find that problem, that issue, that obstacle, you fix it. Yes, sir?
Like, how long did you know him before you invited him to your house? Like, what I mean is, like, what did you do before the point you invited him to your house?
In this specific case, I knew him for, for a number of months. It wasn't a long amount of time. It wasn't like 8 months. It was probably a few months. We actually became friends very quickly. He's a very nice guy. But, maybe it was 4 months, maybe 5. But I'm just telling you this specific case. I'm not saying this is the rule. You should know them this long before you invite them over or something like that. But that was just the answer for this specific case. Okay? Number 12, a lot of communication is non-verbal, so you listen with your eyes and your ears. Remember what I told you about the da'iyah? You pay attention to things. You look at how people say something. What do you understand from this? And I'm giving you actual examples now. Someone says, Islam is such a great religion. If it just wasn't for all that women thing, for that women issue. What does that tell you? It's a misconception about women in Islam, right? Alright, another true story. Someone asked me this question. Now, read into everything that happens before they speak. Pulled me aside and spoke in a low voice. Now look at the words. I just want to check. Is weed halal? So what do you think is the issue here? Yeah. Yes, sir. Possibly. Now, and of course, we're given the betterment of the doubt. Is it possible the brother's doing a little bit of huffing on the side? And he's calling me aside, a little ashamed, lowering his voice. His question wasn't, is weed haram? Because if any of you have ever been asked questions by people, most questions are, is this haram? His question was, is this halal? And what else? What other non-verbal cue do we see? Okay? And then when I said, of course it's haram, this is what happened. You see? So that's just a whimsical way of saying there's so many ways you can understand what's happening just from the way the question's being asked, the body language, and he was kind of a little bit, what's the word, hunching and over and just saying, pulling me to the side, whispering. All that tells you there's some issue going on. So that's what you are as a da'i. You look at all these things. Let me tell you the full story of the guy who became Muslim when I gave him the pamphlet. I was walking this way down the sidewalk and he's walking that way. And as I passed him, I gave him the pamphlet and I kept walking. When I turned to look at him, he stopped and he was looking at the pamphlet. Should I go back and talk to him? Why? Because he stopped. See? You all saw it. You read into a sign. He stopped. Why did he stop? All day I'm giving people pamphlets, they keep walking. Why did he stop? That means there's something there. That's a sign for you as a da'iyah. So he's interested enough to stop. I told myself, should I go back to him? I said, yes. When I got to him, he said, what do I do now? See? So all you have to do, you have to read into these things. You have to read into these signs. So that's what it means. A lot of communication is non-verbal. You look at these things constantly. Try not to overanalyze, but just look at these things. A lot of times with religion, the discussion is in the context, or it has the flavor of being an argument. By the way, something important I have to say that I forgot. As we're going through, if you look at your notes, the slides towards the end have most of the meat and potatoes in them, the heavy stuff. But as we do these slides, the examples I give you, they're actually, they have techniques and rules in them. So try to pay attention to them, and I'll point them out whenever I can. So don't say, well, here we're just going over the do's and don'ts. No, in the do's and don'ts, we discuss techniques. Did we do that so far? We talked about the technique. This is a technique. Focus on tawheed, having a partner with you. Understanding these issues, how to do it. We spoke about that a couple of times. Using the name, using simple language, being straightforward. All this is technique, even though it's just listed under do's and don'ts. So while we're going through the stories, pay attention to technique. So we said that most of the time, when you have a religious discussion, it's in the form of a kind of debate, or who will win or who will beat who. True? When that's the case, people usually don't tend to listen to one another. Now, show of hands.